farm was incredibly productive this season. I've got more vegetables than I know what to do with. You interested? And I have some delicious hearty soups available as well. What sounds good? Of course! Try it warm or chilled. It's delicious either way. Hey, gotta keep your eyes peeled in this one. Sunny makes a good hoagie.
Previously owned loot for sale. Mostly blood-free. Note to the gourmands. Human flesh is not acceptable tinder here. It's dangerous to go alone. It's dangerous to go in groups. It's just dangerous out there. So stock up here. Reminder, any attempted 5-finger discounts will be reclaimed and paid for with said fingers. Get your raiding supplies here, or don't. I don't care. This vendor unit is equipped with anti-theft measures. Don't get any ideas, chump. Caps available in exchange for pillaged loot. Pillaged loot. Available in exchange for caps.
like I died and gone to heaven.
Or
hell,
these robots sure make my job easier. If you ever find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us.
Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. Ellison popped my ear.
The White Springs decor is refined and decadent. Don't listen to any naysayers. Tannen could prepare you a drink at the bar. Just go easy on him. His processors have been overloaded lately with all of the orders he's getting. I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to.
I
Look at
see.
what a mess they're making.
And Sophie's starting her donation drive today.
The lovely Miss Wagner's charitable efforts. Yes, I hadn't forgotten.
Oh, and Esme's got something going on in the kitchen she could use a hand with.
Well, I shall certainly see what I can do about that. I'm sure I can arrange some assistance in these matters.
Need anything?
All the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky.
Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment, that will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf. Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the Refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The Refuge is being run by the responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the Refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them. Anyone in need of help, yes. You appear more well off than our usual guests, though, if I may say so. Less bedraggled than those poor souls. Armed. The refuge exists primarily to serve those who cannot help themselves. The starving, the sick, the homeless. There is a clinic, a kitchen, beds, recreational facilities, all manner of care to be found here. I'm so pleased to be able to assist in my own small way, of course. Of course, dear. The owners of the White Spring itself. The resort, hotel, golf course, all of it. Very much still alive, I assure you, though regrettably unable to oversee affairs in current circumstances. As such, now that we have new guests, they have sent me in their stead to take care of things as needed. I couldn't be more pleased to do so. A delicious opportunity to be of help and meet fascinating people such as yourself. Darling, I am entirely at your disposal. As I've said, I am the management liaison for the White Spring. I oversee the facility itself and its robotic staff. In addition, on behalf of the management, I arrange for the provision of certain material aid to the responders. They still have substantial resources and generously offer to share them to support their noble efforts. No, not by any prior arrangement. Perhaps you visited us before. I must apologize for the state you found it in, if so. Regular operation of the facilities had been stopped, of course, due to a lack of guests. Only the robotic staff remained. The responders, believing it abandoned, took up residence, a completely understandable occurrence, of course. With new and worthy occupants, the management felt it wholly appropriate that it find a new purpose, and sent me. Until such time as the world needs leisure resorts again, the White Spring is happy to support the refuge. Darling, you must understand. A place like the White Spring had, indeed still has, very wealthy people behind it. As was always the case, the truly wealthy had advantages the common people, such as you and I, lack. As for the White Spring itself, the staff of top-of-the-line robotic servants, security, and maintenance allowed it to weather the worst. Me? Have I beguiled you already, dear? I appreciate the flattery, of course. You must allow me to retain some mystery for now, though. I wouldn't want you to lose interest. Perhaps we can talk more some other time. We both have more important matters at the moment, I'm sure. Of course, dear. Suspicious? Whatever would make you say that? Oh, my poor darling. The hardships of the world have made you so cynical. This truly is a safe haven in a cruel world, I assure you. But if you must go, you may of course do so. I do hope you will return, dear. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Welcome back, dear. What a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you. As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pit now, who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for. Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the Pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause. Judging by what I've heard, it's an accurate one, sadly. Pittsburgh was bombed quite severely during the war. The poor individuals still living there have renamed it to better reflect its dreadful circumstances. They call themselves the Union. Something of a resistance movement, I understand, against more aggressive forces. One of their representatives is currently staying with us, a Mr. Skippy Rorich. Delightful man. Indeed, isn't that marvelous? They salvaged it and painstakingly repaired it. It's fully functional now. I was very pleased to be able to contribute to this effort in my own small way. If you wish to see it, it resides on the roof of the refuge between flights, along with its charming pilot, Ms. Lennox. Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer. My dear, you must understand, much as I would like to, my responsibilities do not permit me to do so. I am but a humble employee of the management, and I distribute their resources as instructed to the letter. I hope you will not begrudge me my loyalty. I find myself quite fond of you already.
It's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor.
In an ideal world, darling, I'm sure they would. Sadly, this is not that world, and any reticence on their part is understandable. I don't want to speak for the responders, but I believe they may also see this as more for their union friends than for themselves. Your assistance with their more immediate concerns will ensure everyone benefits. Isn't that a good outcome? Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded. Wonderful, my dear. I'm certain you will be a tremendous help to them and the refuge. When you are finished with each of them, I recommend you speak with Mr. Skippy Rorich, the pit union representative. I imagine he'll want to discuss the situation in the pit with you before you embark. Do feel free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it.
I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if I'm not more positive.
My friends didn't want to join us.
Good evening.
What do you think of the decor here? I know it's pre-war, but it's a bit
We
dated.
aim to provide a safe, clean
Most
environment.
classy,
All our
right for the picking.
It's nice to see people around in the responder team.
What?
There's no problem.
Who I am doesn't matter. I'm just here to keep an eye on things for Meg. Nothing but a problem. All it's doing is encouraging new people to come to Appalachia. Sickly people. If they're too weak to make it on their own, then maybe they shouldn't be the ones to survive.
I suppose a nice refuge like this is worth more hungry mouths.
Takes a lot of chems to get thrown out of the Neon, but we were riding the line. My confidant and I made the trip to cover the Showman's Games, a world-renowned exercise in high-stakes barbarism. Few in the entertainment world could match. Instead, we spent most of our time getting hopped up on Daddy-O and chugging bourbon in the casino bar. Seemed a logical course of action. Games were notoriously deadly even for bystanders. Liquid courage and a head full of hallucinogens were the obvious defense. What we didn't count on was the devil's blood. We'd never heard of this stuff, and for good reason. It's an AC specialty. We weren't supposed to have it. It wasn't meant for us, but for the real high rollers. The people who, even in a world ravaged by pestilence and war, still managed to come out on top. But we found a way. The exclusivity made it all the sweeter. Not because we aspired to that lifestyle. Quite the opposite. We wanted to soil the royal concoction inside our mangy, flea-ridden hides.
I heard there's a chess set around here, if you ever want to play.
One of the other initiates said I reek of desperation. I don't smell anything.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few rads.
like someone needs a vacation. Am I right? Or am I right?
Appalachia's supposed to be the safest place around. But I've heard of the monsters that lurk in the woods here, and I'm not... Ad Victorium, citizen. My name is Initiate Ellison of the Brotherhood of Steel. How may I be of service? Oh, man, did I get that right? I did, didn't I? Score! Shoot! I mean, shoot as in ask me something. Don't fire at me. I'll tell you what I can. But keep in mind, as a Brotherhood scribe, some of my intel is highly classified. Oh, you mean Rutgers people? They're alright, I guess. I'd say they do a lot of good for the people of Appalachia, but there's hardly enough of them around anymore for everything that needs to get done. Between you and me, they'd probably be a lot more useful if they just got absorbed into the Brotherhood. They may have good aims, but they don't have the resources to do it. Meanwhile, the Brotherhood is making amazing strides every day. You're not gonna tell Rucker I said any of this, right? Please don't.
Helping people is our chief mission. A cool uniform?
Helping people is our chief mission. The cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
Ha! Well, not really. Rucker's nice and all, but every time she looks at me, she looks like she's in pain. Could be chronic illness. Giuseppe's okay. I know he's got that whole salesman act going on, but he's actually a pretty cool guy. Reads a lot. Knows quite a bit about the world. Skippy's nice and all, but his inventions all look like alien probes to me. Orlando's probably the biggest enigma of them all. I don't know anything about them. They seem nice enough, but I always feel like they're hiding something from me. And I get the impression they just tolerate me. I feel like I could be out of the door to White Spring any minute. Sure. I spend all day outside trying not to get shot at. Sometimes I miss how simple life was on the farm. I like to see the world beyond Appalachia someday. Maybe I'll even go to the West Coast.
Stand to have some cats.
Robot butlers? Is this a refuge or a palace?
You ever wonder where Giuseppe gets all his curios from? Sometimes when I listen to the radio, I like to pretend I'm living in the time before the war. Not that I don't love the Brotherhood, just life would be a lot easier. Just a little longer, Ellison. Valdez will see everything you have to offer. You'll see.
As long as I stay inside, there's no way about trouble.
Well, hello. Do you like Nuka-Cola? Don't be silly. Of course you do.
Try not to track all of that dirt into my shop.
We joined to make a difference.
I already near broke my back trying to wash up the fallout.
Looking for something different? We have regional flavors you won't find this side of Nuka World.
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday.
It's been sunny all week. I love it.
Potatoes here
Hungry?
taste amazing. So fresh and only a few rats.
decor might be a little ostentatious. Can you lend me a hand? Well, I'm a representative from Foundation. I'm just here to talk about some trade deals, and to request assistance with the recent stream of refugees from the pit. Well, we think it's kind what they're doing here for the refugees, but a lot of them are coming to Foundation too, and we just don't have the resources to take care of that many people.
Dirty it up a little.
All right, talk to you later.
The work I do is extremely rewarding, but boy, is it tiring.
This is an active work site. Guests are advised to stand clear. Pardon our dust. Repairs will be completed shortly. Thank you for your patience. Pardon our dust. Guest security is our priority.
Sir, White Spring is under our protection.
Please refrain from theft, looting, assault, murder, or trampling the flowers.
Welcome to the White Spring. All of our guest rooms and cottages are currently being refurbished.
There's so much to see around here. It can be at the White Spring dining room, which likes only the finest gourmet cuisine. Formal attire is encouraged, but no longer required.
Our bag check has been discontinued. No checked baggage has been reclaimed in 23 years. Please remember to secure valuables, including
Welcome
cash,
to the White Spring.
checks,
Deputy Acting
jewelry,
Assistant Manager Stratford at your service.
equipment,
Do let me know if there's anything my staff or I can do to make your stay more enjoyable.
Attention! Sir! Arms and armament awaiting inspection, sir!
Today's security status is red. Please take appropriate precautions.
Pardon me, sir. I'm sorry, we can't accept walk-ins.
Welcome to the White Springs Spa. Please take any of the spa suites in the back. Someone should be with you eventually. We offer a wide variety of hydrotherapy and aromatherapy treatments. Our highly trained massage therapists should be back shortly.
Are you ready for the thrill and excitement of life in a post-apocalyptic hellscape? By popular demand, this month's creative learning classes are on...
Come in, dear. Come in. This is Oren. I'm afraid we seem picked rather clean. People suddenly see value in gold and silver again. Fancy that.
Welcome. May I interest you in our fine art and decor?
Maintain situational awareness. The grounds are not secure.
At your service, sir.
Don't bother talking to that person from Crater. Nasty bunch, aren't they? I love Esme's cooking. It's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor.
Sure make my job easier. We could always use an extra hand around here.
Security operation in progress.
Tours of the White Spring Fire Station are available upon request. Anti-social behavior. Law and order has been restored. May I be of assistance? Serve and protect. At your service, sir. May I be of assistance? Serve and protect. Serve and protect. May I be of assistance?
Welcome to Fort Atlas.
Brotherhood of Steel. That has a real hardcore ring to it.
Disorder is to be expected in a place that lacked brotherhood oversight.
Not now. Not until these brotherhoods are explicit.
All this concrete faces like a tomb.
I am not a receptionist, civilian. I have actual work to do.
Someone returned their gun to the wrong place again. Do I need to call a seminar on this? If you're not, I am not a receptionist, civilian. I have actual work to do. The specifics of our mission are not for discussion with civilians. We're here under orders from Elder Maxon. Stay out of our way, and we won't have any problems. I am not known by my initiates for tolerating foolishness, outsider. Persist in that tone, and you will learn how much less I tolerate from civilians. If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies. Humanity cannot be trusted with the means to destroy itself. We will not allow another apocalypse. Initiate Dorsey is too trusting, but I can't fault his commitment. Perhaps he sees something in you worth our interest. Are you another aspirant to our order? If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, our order exists to we will not.
Wonder if this will be enough to see those raiders gone.
Make it quick. That is within the scope of Paladin Romani's directives. It takes more than just asking, of course.
Local recruits appear
You
healthy.
would have to prove yourself. If you are sincere about wishing to join our ranks, you would have to earn the approval of the officers here, including me. Is that why you're here? Another hopeful dreaming of service to the Brotherhood? If you mean that, then you are right. But if that's sarcasm, I recommend you stow it. Immediately. Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But if you're serious about joining us, you've got good timing. There's something you could do for me that would help the Order and demonstrate your qualities as a candidate. We've had a number of civilians show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another from the Brotherhood. People are afraid, or want something, or are looking to involve us in local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty. There's too much left to do to secure this facility. If you're really interested in helping, save my time. Interview the petitioners, find out what they want, and report back to me. No. The chain that binds dictates a strict hierarchy of command. And, as the only knight present, the initiates are directly under me. Unless I say so, your contact with the Brotherhood stops here.
Getting back to the farm soon. The efficiency.
Do this right. Don't make me regret giving you the opportunity. Conduct yourself properly, and we can consider putting you forward as an initiate candidate.
Hey! Yeah, you. Who do I need to talk to around here? You know, about the guns? You don't look like one of these Brotherhood yahoos. Name's Tally Lane. What's your deal? I just told you, dummy. Tally Lane. Just, another chick trying to make it in the wasteland, you know? Who, me? Nah. Nah. Cool as a cryo grenade, me. Definitely. Shin? He the scary guy with the stick up his butt? Alright, shoot. Oh, I'm just a poor country girl, you know? Parents died ages ago, so it's just me and a few friends trying to make our way in the world. It's pretty scary out there. Just a bunch of orphans helping each other out. And we're practically just kids. Gotta grow up on our own. We'd sure feel a lot safer with some of those high-tech guns these Brotherhood have to scare off all the maniacs out there. What? Me? A raider? No. A little old me? Don't be silly. Yeah, that's right. Big shiny guns. Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from all the nasty folks out there. Hey, I get it. The promises backfire all the time. Well, go get him, Tiger.
Well, now look at you. You with these Steel Brother fellas? I've been waiting a good spell to talk to them. Longer than I'd prefer. These Steel types ain't half disorganized right now, it looks like. Heard the news about these fellas and reckoned I'd better go see him. Ain't the only one neither, I see. Well, it's about time. I'd like to die of old age waiting on him. Name's Art Knapp. So, what's this Knight fella sent you for? Ain't much to tell. Been a farmer one way or another, all my life. My daddy before me, and so on. Set up in these parts after I heard it was safe again. Turned out, there's plenty of raiders fixing to take what ain't nailed down. Ain't much use bellyaching about it, but neither am I just gonna roll over and let some bullies take what's mine.
Imagine the stuff we could smash in that power armor.
Got seed in the ground right now. I ain't yet seen a raider willing to scrabble in the soil for seeds, so I reckon it'll get by till I'm back. A fair trade's what I want. I've heard stories about these Steel types back in the day. They was going around taking things from folks. For the cause, they said. Yeah, like that don't make them raiders too. Well, I ain't got much, and I already got to worry about raiders. So, I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much. I got some extra. And I expect they'll have a use for it. In return, I want these Steel boys and girls to keep raiders away from my farm. Heard a lot of noise they was on our side. So, seems fair. Fair enough. Can't expect more than that. Thank you. You take care too.
Lord.
Make it quick if you would. My bones ain't getting any younger.
Some strange readings from somewhere below.
Wonder if this will be enough to see those raiders gone.
Yes. Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with a Brotherhood representative. I have no interest in small talk with strangers.
What the heck does Ad Victorium even mean?
Perhaps I spoke too hastily. I can be rather unthinkingly brusque. Dr. Edgar Blackburn, at your service. Are you working with this Night Shin? What has he sent to you? I am sure you have more interesting things to do than listen to a poorly socialized wasteland doctor talk about himself. In short, I trained in multiple specialties before the war, and had a brief career as a research scientist prior to the bombs dropping. Finding myself fortunate enough to survive, I have continued my research, such as it is. Now I focus on the health of the people of Appalachia. Please do not ask me to examine any strange growths. I am not that kind of doctor. I had heard that the Brotherhood possessed advanced technology. As a doctor and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet still in too much disarray. Given the state of my fellow supplicants, I would hypothesize that their needs likely outweigh my own.
Get at it if you gotta.
Very well.
Getting back to the farm soon.
It would be difficult to express it in layman's terms. No offense intended. In essence, I have been studying the illnesses of Appalachia. For too long, people have relied on folk remedies and makeshift medicines. The long-term effects of this environment are concerning. Just because the radiation is survivable does not mean it is safe. Their hygiene standards are better than the lot at Crater, but no, I prefer to work in solitude. One day, perhaps, my research will be of benefit to them and all the other people of Appalachia. Very well, then.
Something else on your mind?
Speak or go away.
Before they bombed the daylights out of everything, folks used to pay taxes in exchange for the government doing what it was supposed to do. Raiders will just take everything. This is a trade. Fair is fair, and a deal's a deal. I ain't care for people poking their noses into my business, but if a bushel or two to these Brotherhood keeps the raiders away, I can live with
the Brotherhood would object to a collection of blood samples from all its members. Shame.
What's up?
Make it quick.
Hey, you calling me a liar? I mean, already told you. My friends and I just need them for self-defense. We'll pay good caps.
You better have something useful to say to me. I just told you who I am. I already told them that when I got here. Nobody's listening in this place. I came here so that they can make things right. And they won't even listen to me.
Fortifications appear adequate, if rushed.
What? Oh, hey, sorry about that. You're right, ain't right me blowing up on you like that. I'm just really wound up, and none of these Brotherhood types are giving me the time of day.
Military-grade hardware, more common amongst the ones from California.
Hope that's not
Oh, can't even come to me himself? What, he needs to requisition some more armor polish? All right, keep it cool, Sean. So, what's he got to say to me?
Ain't no kind of life wrapped up in.
I'm a scavenger mainly. Always been pretty good with a set of tools, so I do all right for myself, scrapping and fixing things. I trade what I find or fix with the folks at Foundation when I need something I can't get otherwise. Mostly, I like to be left alone. The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Look, I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need much, and I need trouble less. But after this, oh, I get it. I came here to give the Brotherhood a chance to make things right. Else maybe I'd go to Crater and start doing things their way. At least they don't pretend to be the good guys. All right. Don't blow me off like I'm making this up. These people have a responsibility to fix this. They had the power armor, and they said they were Brotherhood. Sorry I didn't make sure to ask proof when they had me at gunpoint.
I imagine the Brotherhood would object to a collection of blood samples from all.
Listen, I don't have much, but what's mine is mine, and these people took that from me. The Brotherhood pretends like they're noble, but then they let this happen? In their name? Raiders don't act like something they're not, and at least the gangs defend their own.
What the heck does ad victorium even mean?
Have you finished the task I gave you?
All this concrete, places like a tomb.
Complete? Good. Let's get this done. I have the list from their arrival. Give me the high-level overview.
Hope this lot's true to their word.
I am second in command of this entire operation. That I have other things requiring my attention does not mean a task is not required. Paladin Romani wants these people to be heard, and you agreed that you would assist me in this. Do not make me regret the trust I've shown. The Brotherhood is not a charity, and our mission does not cover providing civilians with equipment to pursue their personal interests, unless the Doctor intends to provide that research to the Brotherhood exclusively, and under our supervision, he will get nothing. The only reason you should be back here is if you're ready to give your report.